What's up? It's your boy Kazi, welcome to Kazi Plays, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Phoenix aka Jean Grey in Marvel Rivals. So without further ado, let's get into it. To start things off, let's first talk about her role. Phoenix is a duelist aka DPS that has high burst damage and has poke potential similar to Hela and has mobility similar to Star-Lord, and on top of that, her ultimate is one of the safest in the game and has insane reach. So mastering these three things is what's going to help you maximize her value. Up next, let's go over her abilities. Her primary is a flame projectile that is hit scan and also has special properties to where when you hit an opponent once, it applies a spark, and when it's fully charged, the next hit triggers an explosion and also heals you a little bit. 2 shots to the head triggers an explosion, and 3 body shots triggers an explosion. Her melee has pretty good reach and reaches from about 4 meters away and also applies sparks. Her first ability triggers an explosion at a target, with the first explosion stunning the enemy with the rest of the explosions slowing them down, and it also adds a spark too as well. Her second ability allows her to dash in any direction that she chooses while leaving a fire clone behind, and if the enemy gets hit by the fire clone, it will apply a spark on them. Her third ability allows you to fly in the air and it recharges your ammo. However, keep in mind that you have an energy bar similar to Star-Lord. Her ultimate allows you to be in the air for a brief moment and you get to choose where you want to land. Once you pick your location, you slam at the ground, triggering an explosion and also a shockwave that goes through walls. And on top of that, the shockwave destroys any deployables like Rocket Res, Loki's clones, or even Groot's walls. And the best part about this is that on top of the reach, you stay at the initial location where you pop the ultimate, not where it landed. Wolverine has a team up with Phoenix where if he uses Pharaoh Leap and starts attacking an opponent, he gains an ability called Lifesteal, which means that the more damage he does, the more he heals. Before we move on to the next part of the video, if you like this type of content, want to dive further into the community, I do got a Discord link will be in the description below. There we talk about Marvel Rivals, anime, manga, and whatnot. So if you're interested, feel free to stop by. We'd love to have you. Moving on, let's go over her Crosshair. With this Crosshair, there are 2 parts to it. There's the green cross in the middle that is the same size as her projectile, and then there is the barely visible white circle that basically, as long as the enemy is within the circle, this explosion ability will hit no matter what. Here are my Crosshair settings for Phoenix. Go ahead and pause the video at any time so you can go ahead and copy these settings down so you can use them for yourself. And finally, let's go over her playstyle. In neutral, usually what you want to do is that you want to go ahead and try to take some off angles so you can go ahead and build up those sparks. And if you see the enemy is clustered together, then it's a great opportunity to use that explosion ability and go ahead and deal a huge chunk of damage to them and possibly get some kills in the process. Now, if the enemy is getting a little close to you or your team is pushing up and you're getting close to them, I found that switching between popping the melee and then your primary back and forth is really good at building up tons of sparks and tons of damage. Phoenix's dash ability is also a really good escape tool to get out of danger real quick, but use it sparingly and as a last resort, and focus more on using that flight to get out of danger. If you're in a situation where you got your enemies low and you just need like 1 or 2 bullets just to finish the job, instead of reloading, just pop the flight ability real quick and it will just give you a quick 2 bullets. With her explosion ability, I found out that you can cancel most ultimates. Now, it does take a bit of timing depending on the startup of the ultimate. Like for example, Magic, with her ultimate, it has a short startup compared to somebody like Scarlet where her startup is a bit longer before the ultimate comes out. With Phoenix's ultimate, I found that it's best to either aim it at tanks with low HP or DPSs and supports because it will kill them, but only if it's a direct shot. If it doesn't hit them directly, chances are they will survive the ultimate, but the shockwave will leave a spark on them, which leads for a setup to where you can go ahead and start charging those sparks on the enemy again after the ultimate goes through. And as I mentioned before, Phoenix's ultimate does break deployables, and that does even count Rocket's ultimate, the amplifier. However, I do feel like in order for Phoenix to get the most value out of her ultimate, she's in a similar situation to Moon Knight where comboing her ultimate with Groot will get either a ton of kills or a bunch of damage. And that's everything on how to play Phoenix, but if I did leave something out or you did discover something new, feel free to put it in the comments below to go ahead and share with everyone else. And yeah, if you do want more Marvel Rivals on the channel, why don't you not go to support your boy? I'll go and catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take it easy.